What's up, everybody? Finn Hade here with One and Done Sports. I've got Nebo Nagano-Young, Sean Heffron, Rahul Lal. We're going to do some division previews for the NFL. All right, let's start out with NFC West. So let's go with the Rams. What do you guys think?
I think Rams really made a lot of changes this year in the offseason. I mean, talk about that blockbuster trade. I think when we all saw that come through, we were kind of shocked that, Sam Bradford was out and Nick Foles, they just kind of swapped. It's really rare that you see in the NFL two starting quarterbacks just swap teams. So I think, a lot banks on that, but when you're talking about Jeff Fisher and what he wants out of a quarterback, he wants a guy that doesn't turn the ball over, who's more of a game manager. And I think Nick Foles can really fill into that role. So I think for what the Rams want to be, Foles was a better fit than a guy like Sam Bradford.
Plus, you have to factor in Bradford's injury history, and that moving forward, this is a team that has a few young guys that they like, And so I think that it's a big factor to get a guy who is going to be stable, who may not have the highest payoff, but can fit the system really well, and I think that's a good move.
The Rams are going to be what the Niners were when Jim Harbaugh first came. As much as it pains me to say it.
No, it's true. They have very similar.
Yeah, their strengths they're along the front four. Their foundation's on defense. All they're going to need to do is score enough points. Foles is going to be the Alex Smith of that team. And I think they're going to be very successful. They've already shown that they're very competitive with the Seahawks.
Yeah, they always give the Seahawks a hard time. When you talk about that front four, you're talking about Brockers, you're talking about,
Aaron Donald.
You're talking about Chris Long, and the addition of Nick Fairley. And the thing with the running game, too, is, even if, Todd Gurley was kind of a big surprise that, he was taken, he's still coming back from injury, but, Trey Mason played really well last year.
Trey Mason's still a solid back. They've shown every year that they can just pull a guy and he will excel, and they're committed.
Zach Stacy for a minute.
For a year, then Trey Mason takes over, Todd Gurley's
and
take over.
The receiving core it's young. It's unproven. You talk about Stedman Bailey and Tavon Austin from West Virginia, but you also have a guy like Brian Quick who showed flashes, and they have Lance Kendricks, who they really think is going to be their tight end of the future. So I think they have a lot of pieces, and that defense, if they can just score enough points, exactly it. They just have to score enough. And it's going to be great for the LA to have such a successful team.
LA, wow.
Nebo, you talked about the 49ers. So as a 49er fan, how's your team looking? What do you think?
You want to take a drink first?
Yeah, we're going to be pretty bad.
Let me just go through the list real quick of key losses.
He made sure to write
Frank
this down.
Gore, Michael Crabtree, Stevie Johnson, Mikey Apati, Anthony Davis, Chris Borland, Justin Smith, Chris Culliver.
Is that it?
That's it.
That was pretty long list.
Let's that in coach,
pretty long list.
Too.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I forgot. Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah.
The mastermind of the entire...
pretty big loss.
That would be the one that's really... I think that's going to be the one that going forward is going to be the most effective. You're going to see that change.
Man, I think all of those are going to add up to be...
Parrish Cox, that's who I was thinking of. Parrish Cox, I couldn't remember.
So all the guys you said were pretty solid players.
Pretty solid
starting players.
What you guys say?
Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis is another one.
Did you say Alden Smith?
Alden Smith! Thank you for
my God.
So there's your 49er preview.
No.
Anything else?
Basically.
They added Torrey Smith,
Quality addition.
No, it is. Because considering that Colin Kaepernick overthrows all his receivers, finally left someone fast enough to go under those balls. I'm sorry.
All
right. 49ers are going to have a pretty rough season, safe to say.
Well, it's one of those things, too, that, it's rare to see in sports where...
An exodus. Fucking exodus.
It's one of those things, a team that... it takes so long, especially when you talk about the 49ers... They were so bad for so long, and they finally created this young nucleus, and they had this strong leader. And the fact that office politics were what dismantled this entire franchise. you think about this. Some of the greatest coaches are horrible to get along. You think Jimmy Johnson was easy in the meeting rooms? You think that Bill Parcells was someone they invited to their barbecues on the weekends? No.
Bill Parcells was a man's man. Everybody liked Bill.
Would you want Bill Parcells as an employee?
Jim Harbaugh was a maniac. He was a maniac.
But when you talk about a head coach, it worked.
Yeah, it did.
In sports, if you're crazy and you're good, it's fine. So they broke the rule of you don't fix something that's not broken.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
All right.
Jed York's a fuck.
So, 49ers aren't going to be very good. But
I think they have some talent.
I think they could. I think they have enough talent left.
They have
that
talent.
and that they're going to win a few games.
Give me a prediction.
I think 5-11 is a very reasonable.
I think 6-10, 7-9.
Yeah,
I go 6-10.
They're not going to be the same record they were last year.
We were 8-8 last year.
You're right. 7-9. But
I go 6-10.
So a lot of pressure on Kaepernick. I don't think he's going to come through. I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners went quarterback in the first round next year.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
So 49ers are going down the division. Let's talk about the Cardinals, who's someone that is possibly going.
I got them as when you talk about the Arizona Cardinals, that is the best you can play without a quarterback last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you look at that team, and before Carson Palmer, they were with Carson Palmer at the starting helm, they were undefeated.
Yeah.
He was playing lights out. Bruce Arians really is the quarterback whisperer in the NFL. And you look at that receiving core that has a combination of Larry Fitzgerald, but you also got a guy like Michael Floyd, who's great, except for if you have him on your fantasy team. John Brown from Pittsburgh State was a great bright spot for them.
He was a revelation.
No, they have the pieces, and when you talk about a team that Bruce Arians really is, someone that can build together, not necessarily having all the pieces. He can make a good a competitive team without having all the pieces that he has now. Mm-hmm. He has some good players, especially Carson Palmer coming back. That's a team you got to watch out for.
I'm gonna say that their defense is gonna be significantly worse, though.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm gonna say significantly.
You think that Darnell Dock is?
I think Todd.
He was injured all last year.
I think Todd Bowles was a huge loss.
Todd Bowles is a big loss. Don't get me wrong, but you know what?
I think Cromartie's a huge loss as well.
I don't think that Cromartie's that big of a loss.
Look,
you still have Patrick Peterson.
Still got Patrick Peterson.
Yeah,
you get Patrick Peterson, but when you paired him with Cromartie, you could just be like, okay.
It was a good fit.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but
Cromartie's 1 year older. It's not a huge loss, I don't think.
I don't think it's a big loss. I think that their defense is going to be fine. I think that their offense is really good. So I'm excited to see.
And I think, when you talk about they're adding, to protect Carson Palmer coming after injury, they got Mikey Apati. They drafted G.J. Humphries. They're protecting their investment with Carson Palmer because he's one of those things that, you look at it, what Bruce Arians was able to do with Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. I think you could see that similar success with a guy like Carson Palmer. He looked different.
He looked a lot different from the way that we've seen him in previous circumstances.
And Drew Stanton even played well.
Given these wide receivers that he has, and he has a rush attack behind him too.
Andre Ellington.
You know what I mean? I think that
a little bit of a drop off, but I think Andre Ellington still could be
I think he can be a great player.
The offensive line will be better.
Last but certainly not least, we've got the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Sean?
This is a team, and it's really rare to say when you go into a season, you're like, I don't see how this team loses more than 3 games. I mean, you take already a dominant defense, and you lose Byron Maxwell, but you bring in Will Blackman from the Packers, who's a solid player, and he's been a real star in camp. And then you take an offense that was so dominant with the rushing attack, and you're like, oh, let's just add one more dominant piece with a guy like Jimmy Graham.
Yeah,
losing Max Unger in that trade is going to hurt, but I think that that's an unbelievable, that's an unstoppable force.
Adding Jimmy Graham to a QB like Russell Wilson, who is so ready to do that little scramble, now you give him a safety blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
Jimmy Graham isn't going to be going for these long 60-yard whatever. He's not going to be the same Jimmy Graham that he was in New Orleans. Let's be real here. But at the same time, he adds a whole new dimension to this team. Yeah. And that's going to be something that is so dangerous.
I just don't see it. It's like one of those things that you look at this team and you're like, not enough was taken away. Because normally when you have a team in modern sports, it's with the salary cap era, it is so hard to maintain
the same
and they have Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, all under contract for the next 3 years.
Michael Bennett, too.
Michael Bennett, all under contract, and Bruce Irvin, all under contract. That doesn't happen. You normally have to make tough decisions, and somehow they figured out a way not to have to do this.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and also comment below to let us know what you think.